welcome. As you can see next to me here, we have added a new Type S to the fleet. And I think a lot of people will probably be wondering why. And I've always wanted an RSX Type S. I was never financially in a position to purchase one earlier, especially when they were new. And as time has gone on, the examples that are still left on the road are either extremely expensive or they're completely trashed. And I felt like the time was starting to get away from me on being able to find one that I could enjoy, that I liked, that I could put some effort into and have fun with. In addition to that, having manual's always fun, and some great MPG right now when gas prices are expensive as they are. So what you're looking at behind me is actually the finished product. We'll do a walk around here at some point, but I wanted to give you a little background on the car. So I think I filmed a lot of the restoration project on this behind me, and I think I'm going to split this up into a multi-part restoration process. So, I mean, obviously this initial video is, holy crap, I found a last model year RSX Type S. So I'll give you some background on the car. We'll do a video on the exterior restoration, the interior restoration, the mechanical restoration, a video on all of the parts list, how I found them, where I found them, and then we'll do a final video like just driving the car and what it feels like to be in an Acura RSX. But the car itself was an Oregon-owned car, had 136,000 miles on it, 2-owner. And what was really interesting about the car was it was owned by the mechanic that had been working on the car for the original owner. So the guy that I bought it from had a really long history with the car, which was really important. In addition to that, obviously clean title, no accidents. There had been some maintenance done to the car, and some that probably needed to be redone, which we'll go over with the mechanical stuff. But at this point, it's done. But yeah, so the car was located in Medford, Oregon-ish. So it's about 4 hours or so away from Portland. And I had a buddy and I, on a whim, go down and pick it up. And when we got down there, the car's not perfect. You know, I don't know of any car that's 17 years old that actually is perfect, but it was in a good enough shape that I decided to take the leap and bring it home. Had no issues driving it, but felt some things that were off on the way home. It was definitely loud, and the steering wheel jiggled a little bit. The seals, a lot of the seals were either broken or popped out or not sitting flush. There was mismatched headlights on there, and the roof wasn't in great shape. So, all right, at long last, the RSX Type S is mine. So this is something I've wanted for a very long time. I've been close more times than I can count. But for a car of this age, I really didn't want to settle, and I didn't want to end up with something that was overpriced or have to do a lot of work with. I wanted to enjoy it. So what you don't know is when I ended up getting this home, I actually have already done a stage 1 polish and buff. You can see I didn't take off these yet. I'm gonna do those later, but you can see what the paint was like previously to what it is now. Interior wise, again, this is completely raw besides the paint. Pretty darn good. Seats do need a little repair, so this is going to be repaired. Also, you can see here the stitching is just starting to separate. Super common with these. This is getting repaired. Steering wheel is in good condition, relative, but this is going to also be repaired. And we're going to go down the rabbit hole of OEM parts. So that'll be the next fun adventure. This car also has had some pretty rough window tint on it, so most of that is now off. Thankfully, that was not easy. So you can see little pieces here and there that just need to be addressed. But yeah, the seat's probably going to get recovered, both top and bottom. And then we'll start going to town. I've already replaced the door panel, so I have done some work. This door panel was really scratched up, so I've already replaced that. We're gonna get new switches because I don't like wear. So anything that's available from Acura or Honda, I'm going to end up picking up. I got all new light bulbs, so I guess now we can hop into the parts that I've already purchased for the car. Yep, here we go down the rabbit hole. So a lot of really common things. The RSX on the lower window trim in front of both windows, it's really common for this to completely wear off. The prior owner put black electrical tape on it, so I have that. I have brand new pieces for here, new seals, a slew of bulbs for all of those things. Let's see, we got a battery stay, we've got new wiper blade or rubber blades, HVAC, and then engine air filters. And I guess we could take a look at the engine bay, so I know that's the money shot for this car. Also have brand new floor mats that are on their way. There it is. So the nice thing is, like, the fluids are almost all changed. The previous owner was a mechanic and he had done a ton of the maintenance, so I need to clean it up, obviously. This does need a new serpentine bolt pulley here. I'm gonna change the power steering fluid, that needs to be done. Need my new grommet here, and then new battery stay. So we'll start cleaning up the engine bay after the windows. You know, as we go through some of the video clips here, you can kind of see the condition that it was in, which wasn't bad by any means, but it was sitting in an area that had a lot of fire and ash that had fallen onto the car, so the paint wasn't in the best shape. As you can see, the roof has some paint fade on it, as does the spoiler, and you'll see what we did to kind of combat that. And let's see, taking a look at the interior, you can see, you know, most RSX's interiors have really bad steering wheel leather, and their seats are usually split on the bottom cushion. And the seats on the bottom cushion here were starting to split, but did get that fixed, so you'll see that coming as well. And then just wear and tear, you know, bulbs that were burnt out. So bulbs that were burnt out, floor mats with holes in them, a deep cleaning definitely needed. And oh yes, and the car had some really, really rough window tint all the way around it, which certainly didn't help the appeal. So what I'm really proud of, though, is, you know, for the last few months I've been working my butt off to get this thing restored, and I don't want to say that it's showroom quality, but at this point it's probably one of the cleaner last model year RSX Type S's on the road, and I'm proud of all the work that I did, that friends have helped me do. And in addition to that, you know, the maintenance on the car that has really turned this thing into a reliable, fun, sporty, and good looking ride. So at this point, you've seen a lot of the before pictures here. I'll give you a really quick photo here of the after, and come along on the journey. So I'll try to get these videos updated fairly regularly, but we should have a few videos as we go through this restoration process to see where this has ended up after a lot of elbow grease. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this thing, and it's ready to rock and roll.